Welcome to the studio here at One to One Golf. So this is part 2 of producing more power in the golf swing. So if you haven't seen part 1, click the link below, and we established in part 1 basically that you need rotation. So rotation is the key to produce more power. This is the follow-up to that. So if you've got rotation, you need anti-rotation. So that will make everything more efficient. So being able to accelerate and decelerate in that golf swing, which will then keep everything in sync, keep the sequence, and make a more powerful and consistent swing. So we've got 4 compound exercises to go through. Very simple, quite straightforward. They get slightly more difficult as we go through, so bear with it. If you find the first couple think, oh, that'll be too easy, too strong apart, wait till the number 3 and 4, and it upgrades in difficulty. So you can establish that first one, get used to that, which is a correction for our single leg balance, and then slowly progress through rather than diving straight in and getting too carried away. Right then, let's get stuck in and produce some anti-rotation to really make that rotation more efficient and a more powerful golf swing. So our first one is our single leg balance with assistance. So I'm using an FMT band here. I've got it on the highest option. So it's on the highest hook that we've got. So if you're at a gym and you're using a cable cross machine, just whack it straight up to the top. Get yourself set. So this is a great correction if you struggle with that single leg balance screen. So you get yourself set, get your quad up to parallel, so that's up to parallel, so you can retest. Pull that tubing in so you can feel that brace, so you're turning on a lot more stabilised, so you can feel the core engaged. You can feel a lot more tension in the body, which is helping stabilise. So rather than just standing there wobbling on your foot, you've turned on a lot more stabilisers. So you stand there, just try and get that 15 seconds plus. That's what you're trying to beat that test. So if you can stay there for 20 seconds, then that's really good. Make sure you do both sides. If you can improve that single leg balance test and those results, then you'll feel more confident to then drive through that shot. If you've got that security, and you feel more confident to drive through, that rotation will be there, so you'll have that acceleration and deceleration. So our next one is our squat and single leg lift. So don't go too crazy on the medicine ball. I've just got a 5 kilogram ball here. So you squat down. So this is a good compound exercise. So you're working a multiple number of muscles in one exercise, which is the best way to get efficient faster. So you squat down and then rise up with that single leg, which is then really putting pressure on you to make sure you've got that balance, avoiding that rotation. So it's a really efficient, effective exercise. It's helping those hip flexors, the quads. It's covering numerous different things. Quite simple, quite straightforward. Just do nothing crazy, 12 reps, 3 sets, and it will definitely gradually help improve, as we said before, get that rotation, anti-rotation, acceleration and deceleration to produce more consistent power. Right, this one's a beauty, this one. So like I said, they're gradually, potentially getting a little bit harder. It does obviously vary on the person, so you might be stronger in your legs, say, than you are in your upper body. But this is a great one, so this is another good compound exercise. So we're doing an incline press up with a single arm reach out. So it's resisting that rotation when you stretch that arm out, so you're feeling that tension in the glutes, the core, the hip flexor. So you're really trying to resist that rotation of the body when you reach that arm out. Great exercise to really try and increase that anti-rotation. So you've got that press up, so you've got your incline press up, so you press down as you come up, lift that arm out, and you're really trying to resist that rotation of that hip, because that will want to really turn the body open. So you're trying to resist that as much as possible, so you're really feeling the tension in your core, your hip flexor, your glute. So you're trying to keep everything as solid as possible, so you're not rotating that body open. So it's another very good compound exercise to improve that anti-rotation, acceleration and deceleration, which will give you that extra power and consistency, improving that sequence in that golf swing. So here we go, this is the one you've been waiting for, isn't it? You don't want to mess about with anything too easy. Let's get stuck into the mean stuff, shall we? Right then, give this one a go and see how you get on. So this is your single leg balance anti-rotation lift. Right, so that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? So I'm using FMT band, so you can use a cable cross machine, get it right down to the bottom. You get yourself in your single leg balance position, so you have your quad up parallel to the floor. Always do both sides, quite straightforward. 12 reps, 3 sets. It will help develop the lower half of the body with power and anti-rotation and the core. So it's a great compound exercise. So you get that quad parallel to the floor and then rotate over it with the top half, and then that lower half is feeling that anti-rotation, which is going to help with that acceleration and deceleration through the shot, which, as I said, will then produce more power, boom, and consistency and sequence. It will help with sway, slide, early extension. So part 1 and part 2, please view both of them, get stuck in. It will definitely help with that consistency and produce more power, which is then more distance. Any questions or comments, please send them through. Make sure you give us a good thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.